Hey, Mary Sue, way to admit that you're just a bunch of children putting your fingers in your ears going, la, 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 I don't want to hear it, la, 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 la. Because you flat out admitted in your article. Hello, everyone. I am Mecca Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate Harpy, here to tackle. It is that time of month again, isn't it? To tackle the Mary freaking Sue. And we do have a special set of circumstances every time we deal with the Mary crapping Sue. What do we usually do? We pull up our theme music. Oh yes, when we deal with the Mary Sue. Oh, the riding crowd first now. Watched it so nobody else has to think for themselves. You get the long version because I wanted to stress just this first paragraph. So Rachel Leishman wrote this, and we all know that Rachel Leishman and Chelsea Steiner and none of these women are really that different from each other over at the Mary Sue. They all have this viewpoint where, okay, white man bad, REE, and you're just a toxic misogynist if you disagree with us. All right. So that's kind of their little group think. And I've done enough and covered enough and actually read enough of their articles to know that it is absolutely true about them. What do they not do, on the other hand? What do they not do? They don't actually watch the interview that they're commenting on, or at least they don't want to. They admit that they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear what somebody else has to say. They don't want to hear a difference of opinion. They don't want to hear and listen because they just want to stick their fingers in their ears and go, I can't hear you, neener. Because what? Because why? That gets them more attention. That gets them more clout. That's just what their little echo chamber does, isn't it? She states, I watched the Gina Carano Ben Shapiro interview, so you don't have to. Which reinforces the fact that a lot of their viewers, a lot of their readers, a lot of their do they subscribe to that? I don't know. Their audience, we should say, their target audience, does not want to actually put in the hard work or effort or think or research or do their own fact checking. They don't want to form an opinion of their own. They just want to be told what to think, told what to say, told what to do. And when something is presented that they don't agree with, they throw a temper tantrum like they're being deprogrammed out of a freaking cult. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to actually see what somebody like Gina Carano said because it's just easier and more convenient for them to cancel her for offensive tweets that they didn't even bother to read, for what somebody else said she said, and interpreted as what she said, and they didn't bother to read it. They don't even want to hear what the original poster has to say. The original person who posted anything, quote unquote, offensive, they don't want to hear it. They would just rather be in their little collective group of misery and this wretched, vile, childish temper tantrum throwing, screaming fit about how something isn't true. Well, that's because when you're faced with something that actually is correct, like what she stated here, you're going to not want to believe it. You're going to have the reaction that, I was believing something that was wrong, and it's easier to throw your computer or your cell phone or wherever you're watching this. It's easier to throw a fit like a child and say, I don't want to see it. Because you're confronted with the fact that you didn't bother. You didn't bother to look at the post. You didn't bother to see what she had to say. You didn't bother to fact check it. And you're mad. And you're mad that you're confronted with the truth and you don't like it. And you'd rather just throw a temper tantrum And you write an article admitting that you're a giant child. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with these people? You know, sometimes I give them the benefit of the doubt. If they write an article I agree with, I'll point it out. I'll be, hey, hell's froze over. We agree with the Mary Sue. But sometimes I just get really, really tired of this stuff. I get tired of hearing this shit. I would like it to be known that I started watching this interview around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And the roughly hour-long interview has taken me almost 4 hours to watch it in full, mainly because I keep pausing it and screaming about how something isn't true, and then trying to continue on with my anger. Because you're just yelling about that's not true. Because you didn't look at the facts. You didn't look at what she actually said. You're going by what some article said she said. That doesn't use a screenshot. That doesn't fact check. That doesn't ask for a source. I am so sick of you getting away with this. I'm sick of these people getting away with this. And she's paid more than I am, for sure. She's paid more than I am by Google. And she's paid by the Mary Sue. She's paid more than I am. For her bad work. For her laziness. For her incompetence. And that is the huge issue here. They get upset. They get upset because somebody told them to be upset. Because some other member of their tribe said they had to be. Because somebody said, this is why we're mad at this person. We need to cancel them for this. And then they run with it like it's fact. And then they throw a temper tantrum screaming when it's not. Screaming when it's not. It's like when you're confronting a child with the actual truth and they don't want to see it and they want to throw their phone down and throw a temper tantrum. That's all this is. Gina Carano, who was recently let go from Lucasfilm and is no longer playing the role of Cara Dune in the Star Wars universe, sat down with Ben Shapiro to talk about how she went from playing a rebel in the biggest franchise out there to working with Ben. Yeah, why do you got to put failed screenwriter, Shapiro? I don't know anything about. See, by saying this, you're painting him as somebody who you just automatically are slamming and slandering. I don't know that about him, and there's nowhere in here. You're not giving me his filmography. You're not giving him his credits. Meanwhile, I am quoting you directly by saying you paused it and you were screaming like a baby every time they said something that you didn't like that proved you wrong. Because we've already gone over what she said. Just watched my countless videos where we show you the screenshot. We're not doing that right now. Maybe I'll add it in post. I don't know how much I'm going to edit into this. This might just be a free-flowing rant. So, she sat down to work with a YouTube channel that I don't watch called Ben Shapiro. The interview is just as frustrating as you think, so I watched the entire thing so that you don't have to. Well, hey, maybe you should if you want to hear what she has to say. Maybe you should give it a hate watch. Why not? Why not give it? Because I'm reading their crapping articles, and I know I don't agree with them. And I know, you think they're watching my... No, they're not. They rail on me on Twitter, and then I block them. And that's as far as our interaction. That's the end of our transaction. I disagree with your opinion on my YouTube channel. I don't bother you personally. I don't care what you have to say as a rebuttal. You're clearly not mature enough to have a conversation because you're throwing a temper tantrum at your phone when you're watching an interview. When you're watching an interview with somebody. Please note, I made sure we're going to publish this before I watched it, because I was not willing to watch an hour of this without getting paid for it. Meanwhile, my videos, I most of the time my Mary Sue videos don't get monetized. So if you guys do like the Mary Sue videos, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. It really, really helps. And leave a comment. Tell people about my channel. Remind people that I exist. Remind people that there's this hot redhead that doesn't take crap from the Mary Crapping Sue or any of these article writers. Any of these. Carano opened up about her steady decline on social media, starting with beep bop boop pronoun fiasco. The star had previously asked about including pronouns in the Twitter bios, and when it was explained to her, she decided it wasn't for her. When people explained it was important for it's really not, though. You don't have to. You don't get to here's where I'm going to disagree with you. I don't need your approval of who I sleep with or what my pronoun is. I don't care what you think. I'm not sleeping with you because I can already tell you're going to be a nasty person, a mean person. And I'm talking about basically the writer of this article, you know, a bisexual, cisgendered, whatever, female lady whammon person. So we're going with that one. So this doesn't have anything to do with any communities outside of, I don't care. And I don't think people will have any right to what pronoun I use. because it doesn't matter to me. Call me whatever you want. Dude, bro, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. And I will call you whatever you choose for me to call you if it gets to the point where I'm going to remember you beyond your fucking name, because 9 times out of 10, if I'm dealing with you in a day-to-day social setting, right, the end of my interaction with you is, where's my change from the thing I purchased from you? I'm not going to remember your identity, your pronoun, your name, your face. I won't remember if I see you again on social media if you're not somebody who follows me, who I regularly interact with, all right? If you're just a random troll, that's how you're to be treated. If you're a random person in my day-to-day life, well, I'm going to probably choose to bag my own groceries, because that's just one less person whose shit I gotta hear. Right? I'm not your therapist. I'm not your mother. I'm not your dumping of your emotional baggage. I don't care what you put. And you do not get to choose what I do on my Twitter profile. If you don't like me, don't follow me. Right? I don't care what you do. It is not against you. It is apathy. Don't mistake my lack of interest for any angst or ill will towards anybody. I got other shit to do. You do you. I am not. Why do you need my approval? Why do you need me to cave to you? Why do you need that? Why do you need so hard for the world to know that the people on social media are a bunch of assholes, right? The people on social media are a bunch of disagreeable people who will just swarm and fight you. Why can't anybody see it from the other side? Why do we have to be the ones who always constantly have to cave to the whim of everybody else around us? When is it our turn to say, hey, respect my right to not be bothered with your shit. Respect my right to not be a victim of whatever it is you got going on in your little cultural thing. I am just here to complain about Star Wars or Star Trek, or talk about Coca-Cola being stupid. I am not here to deal with you and your bullshit. You go do with your thing. I am not allowed to speak for you anyway. I have been told to know my place, stay in my lane, so I'm not going to deal with any of it. Make up your fucking mind of, do you want people to help? Do you not want people to help? Do you want people to shut up? Do you want people to say something? Do you want people to
drop the taco, get in the car?
No one asked you. No one asked you. Carano fought back by putting a beep bop boop. It wasn't mocking them, and it was saying, you know what, you can put whatever the crap you want. What about me? I want to put beep bop boop because R2 fucking D2. Because he's cute, because he goes beep bop boop. Maybe they shouldn't be such assholes about it and people wouldn't mock them. Did you ever think of that? Maybe if they weren't aggressive and combative, they wouldn't feel mocked. They wouldn't feel mocked for doing something that they shouldn't do anyway. You have no right. No right. And this is not an anti-trans thing. We love you. We love you. We respect you. Shut up. Go about your business. This is about our personal choice. This is about everybody else's personal choice. You want a choice? Fine. We get one too. We get one too. That's all this is. We're not stopping you. We're not stopping you. We just don't care. We just don't care. And it is not against the law to care or to not care. You're not going to force somebody into submission with all of the slam sessions of 40 people yelling at you from your employer. You're not going to change. You're just going to get a bunch of people to say, hey, I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to be treated this way. You have no right to treat me this way, and I'm going to put whatever I damn well please in my bio, and if I want to identify as a giant kaiju, then I will. You got it? Good. Now, in the interview with Shapiro, she states it was to show she could write anything. Exactly. And it wasn't against the trans community, right? And the thing is, she went on to compare adding trash panda in your bio and the importance of the pronoun, and that's a problem. Why? Because they can add trash panda. They're putting, I'm a trash panda, I'm a meat popsicle. What? Who cares? Who cares? You can put whatever the crap you want. Why can't I? Why can't I? And that is the problem. And if you don't understand that, then that's a you problem. That's a you problem. Carano had her co-star from The Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, explain to her why they're important, still doubling down on doing this, despite the fact she knew why they're important. They're not. They're not if it doesn't affect you. They are not, and you cannot force anybody to do anything, and this is your problem. This is your problem. You think that your religious zealotry is the only way to go about things, and this is one little small group of people deciding that they're belief system is the only way to be. That they're the only people who fucking matter, and they don't. These people think like they're the only people who have any right to say anything and control everything. And I'm not talking about the transgender community. I'm talking about the Twitter mobs. That is what she was pointing out. She was pointing out the Twitter mobs. She was pointing out the social media groups that think that they have the right. And actually, if they were a little bit more respectful and didn't pull the Twitter mob crap, she probably would have gone along with it.
My excellent friends.
What's extremely telling is Carano said that Disney and Lucasfilm didn't want her to post the apology she wrote. Yeah, they wanted her to release a statement. They just basically wanted her to submit to the mob and say, no, we only cater to these assholes on Twitter who want to say anything nasty. And did you guys see what they were saying to her? Because I can pull that up. We can pull up some of the horrific things that they've been saying to her. So Disney really cares more about what these people say. They really want to cater. No, you don't. You don't. If you haven't been on the receiving end of this, there is no reason for anybody to have to feel like they have to cave, back down, submit to people who say this shit to them. There is no reason that is ever acceptable. And if Miss Mary Sue Ryder can't understand that, then she is a horrible person who condones bullying and slamming people. That's all it does. That's all it shows. She's a horrible brat who condones and endorses people forcing you to do something that you really have no reason to have any interest in whatsoever. You really don't. You have no reason to be bothered with. Don't let them make it seem like you have to submit to these people. You don't. Never apologize, never back down, never let them twist your words. Because that's what happens so many times. They will think you said something and then they label you with it forever. They label you with it forever because they think because somebody like Rachel Leishman or Chelsea Steiner or any of these Mary Sue writers, they will run with all this false information. So you're missing half of it. You're missing half of the, why is it okay for those people to say everything like they said to her? Why is that okay? How is that better than her just saying, you know what? I said beep, bop, boop. I didn't mean it as anything against you. We're done with this conversation. That's where it should have ended. It should have ended right there. We're done with this conversation. But they don't. We'll skip some of this if you want to read their whole article. I mean, it's just more BS and crying and whining and reeing. She states, what really infuriated me is that she still adores Pedro Pascal. She shared her support of him and shared that the two tried not to let politics get between them. That's all fine. But then why did you let Ben Shapiro bring him up in an interview about you? Because he was involved, because he was associated. He has nothing to do with you and your social media posts. Well, but he did just as bad. He did much worse. See, that's what you don't understand. He actually made anti-Semitic posts. He actually made some horrific tweets and posts, and we've seen them all. So that is why she allowed Ben Shapiro probably, or maybe she didn't have control of the interview. Maybe Ben was going to ask whatever he was going to ask. Maybe he's a better journalist than you, and he actually asks what he wants to ask, regardless of who he's interviewing, based on what he thinks the viewing audience wants to know. His viewing audience wants to know how is Pedro Pascal getting away with murder practically on his social media. Not literally, obviously. He's getting away with anything he can get away with, but Gina isn't. Not only that, this whole fake forces female over at Disney and Lucasfilm. Well, anytime a woman steps out of line, she gets just ostracized. So, yes, Mary Sue Ryder, you really need to. You really need to pay a little bit better attention. Realize that you have to have some impartiality because I try and give these people the benefit. I really do. I try and give the Mary Sue Writers at least the benefit of the doubt, where I at least try and read their articles. But when they don't even acknowledge anything that Gina Carano has gone through, any of these social media slammings that you get them, and they get coordinated. They're coordinated. They will have one person every couple of seconds just in your notifications, constantly. And they pick a time to do it, and they coordinate, and they organize over on Facebook or in DM chat rooms, and they say, and they share, and they post it on places. We got to stop this person. They're an Islamophobe. And you get a lot of people saying, I want to help. I'm an ally. So they go and say something completely horrific, completely outrageous, completely disgusting, just to hurt somebody, Meanwhile, somebody who does something that isn't even intended to harm somebody is the victim here. So maybe Mary Sue Ryder, you need to be better at your job. You need to be better at being a human. You need to grow up a little before you deal with the rest of society. And that goes double for the Twitter mobs who decide that they represent the entire transgendered community, which I won't allow. I don't want you, the little Twitterati's, the little Twitter mobs. I don't want you people being the representative of a community of people who I am friends with. A community of people who I know as individuals, as people. You are a bunch of troll account bots and don't matter, and nobody would miss you when you're gone. Nobody would miss a one of these people when they're I'm not kidding. Not a one of these people, because they're all fake accounts. All of these are fake accounts. Every crapping one of these. So, would we miss them? No. Do they need to do better? Yes. Am I tired of this? Oh yeah. I am Mecha Random 42. And I will see you on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Sheer fucking hubris.
Wank.